Aspen University, CJ100, Ethics and Law Enforcement. My name's Andre Rosedale. I'm the instructor for the course. This is Module 2, Discussion Question 1, which reads, which of the main punishment systems involve the victim in the process? Compare this system with the ethical systems found in the text. Be sure that you provide sufficient details in your response. So read through the required reading. There are three specific types of justice listed in there, and pick out the one which involves the victim the most. A good APA reference is expected, probably your textbook because that's where you're taking this from. I did post in a different discussion topic the difference between restorative justice and retributive justice, because they are similar but they are slightly different. So I made a quick table for you to look at with a good reference on that, a good APA reference on that. So beyond that, several years ago, I was involved in an organization made up of criminal justice professionals that lobbied to change certain criminal justice laws. During my time with this group, I was asked to be on a panel at the University of Connecticut that was set up to discuss mass incarceration. On this panel was a professor that taught at the University of Connecticut. She had strong views on the abolition of the prison system. The prison abolition movement believes that community-controlled courts or similar organizations should be established to control social crime. This movement believes that community accountability practices will help with deterring crime from happening. The prison abolition movement believes that imprisonment is a form of violent behavior. Prisons are less effective at discouraging recidivism, and prisons do not promote compensation for victims. Many of the activists involved in the prison abolition movement are anarchists. These activists, believe that if capitalism is abolished, then property crimes will cease to occur. Briefly, what are your views on abolishing the prison system? And I have three citations that I'm going to put in the description of this video. So scroll down below that. And while we're talking about it, the mass incarceration subject came up, and it was based on a movie called The House I Live In. It is a very eye-opening documentary on mass incarceration and the war on drugs and the cycles and minimum mandatory sentencing. And if you have the time, it is on YouTube. It will cost you a little bit to rent from YouTube. It might be on Netflix. It is something that will add to your mental library for the next 4 years. And if you decide to go on after criminal justice, or if you're doing some kind of a drug and alcohol addiction counseling program or something like that, it's a really good documentary to watch. There's a lot of information. It is one-sided. It is anti-minimum mandatory sentencing, mass incarceration. It's against the war on drugs, but it is very eye-opening. So take a look at it if you have any questions about it, and I will cite it as well in the description of this video. I look forward to your response on what are your views on getting rid of the prison system.